All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope that Brainbuster was good and made you think a lot. All right, so let's go over it. So what we want to know the film title, the category, and the language for each film in our database. So what we'll need to do, so let's write out our skeleton. So first things first, what tables did you connect for this? So obviously we're going to need the film table.
That has the title, right?
Yeah, so that has the title, the first thing we're looking for. If you look down here, you see language ID, so that doesn't actually have the language. So let's assume there is a language ID in a language table. So that's the second one we're going to want. And the category. So let's go back to film. Look down here. Am I crazy or something?
I don't see it. I don't think it's there. Maybe it's in category.
So if we go to the category table, so there's a category ID, film category. This is what, okay.
Oh.
So this is actually going to be an extra little table here. So this database has a lot of these connection tables. So where it's like, doesn't have any information, but it just is a place where you combine two other tables. So we're going to need the film category table, and then the category table. So this actually has 4 tables that we're using. This film category table is like not a full table in itself, but we're going to need it to connect everything. So what are we selecting from? We want to need film.title. We need category. I'm assuming it's category.name. And then we want the language dot name. Okay, so that's what we need. These are the tables we're going to use, but now we need to connect everything. So first things first, let's go film ID. Film.film ID equals. So the first thing we're going to connect are the categories in the film.
Sure.
Okay. So what we're going to need to do is connect to the film category table. So we're going to go film category dot film ID. And then so this is the first time we're going to have multiple where clauses. In between each where clause, we need to have the word and. And so that means where this is true and this is true, and you can keep on doing that forever. So we need where this is true, as well as where category, that category ID.
Film category. Category ID.
Well, we need.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Equals film category. Sorry. I wish there was a way to do this a little bit more efficiently.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Maybe we can talk about that in a second. Okay, so pretty much what this has done is like we've connected the film table to the film category table, and then we've also connected the category table to the film category table. And we're also going to need to connect the film table to the language table. And what we can do is look here, language ID, and we can go into the language table. They have another language ID. That'll be good. So film.language ID equals language. Okay. And I think that's it. So now we have all our tables connected. Let's see what happens. Boom.
Ooh.
All right. So we have 1,000 rows. So we got all the films that we wanted, which is obviously very important. And then we also have the names of all the categories. So documentary, horror, family, foreign, all that jazz. One thing you see is the language category is actually pretty lame because they're all English. And if you look in the film, that's because they all have the same language ID. It's not an error. It's just, an imaginative selection. But there it goes. That was the Brainbuster answer. Let us know if you have any questions, if anything tripped you up. And can we introduce shortcuts?
Let's make that a little easier. That was kind of a painful process, writing that all out.
Yes.
Especially because film category is a pretty long name.
Yes. Okay, so the way we can do this is to give all the tables nicknames. So what you can do is after you write the title of the table, space, and then you write any nickname. For us, I love to just use the first letter of the word. So for film, we'll nickname it as F. For language, we'll nickname it as L. For film category, FC. For category C. And now what you can do, you can replace this with F, and it will still know that you're calling from the film table.
Because you're saying, yo, That's just the nickname.
Exactly. And this is just going to make your life so much easier going forward.
Ooh, such a film category.
Yeah, that guy was annoying me all night. FC, FL. So now let's run this again. And we get the exact same thing.
With a nickname.
But yeah, so there's the Brainbuster. That's how you're going to connect tables. And that's really going to unlock a lot of cool stuff for you. So thank you, and we'll see you in a second.
Yep.